Right guys, I'll keep this short because I'm sat in the car and it is hot. I haven't got the aircon on so I can get the sound, but what I want to say is if you're retired and thinking of coming back to Europe, if you're from Europe originally, it's a little bit more difficult if you're from the US, for example. And somebody's actually contacted me recently coming out of the UK, and it's not the first person that's come out of the UK to Spain, even if they haven't lived overseas, not pension or whatever, to bring their partners to Europe. Would I advise Spain? And the answer to that is I find Spain a lot more laid back. Some people have been bringing up about the socialism here. They've got their first feminist government in the last couple of months. I'm not going to say anything on that because they haven't done anything yet. So I'm putting my own viewpoints to one side. Because it's when people pronounce themselves as being feminists, I sort of roll my eyes, because it just it's normally people that have an agenda that say that. People that are normally women's rights are women's rights, but those that actually stress they're feminist are normally pure feminist and have their own viewpoints. But anyway, if you're retired here, you simply go in. You need your NIE first, and then you'll need your residency. But your NIE is very simple, straightforward. I'm not going to go through the documents. I've done that before on my other channel. But you could do that get your appointment. Once your appointment comes through, you've got to apply for this within the first 3 months. Once it's done, bear in mind they wouldn't even know if you were here for 3 months or not, because if you said I went to France for 2 months, they wouldn't have an idea anyway, because you just drive over the border. There's no checkpoint in France. But anyway, the point is, you just process your documents, book your appointment, process the documents they want. The following day, you can normally come in and pick up your NIE card, and that's you in the system. Next thing is the residency. The residency is not complicated for retirees because they've got a fixed income. They can show where it's coming from the UK bank to the Spanish bank. You have 3-month statements from both banks, plus maybe an insurance document. Anything can reinforce that is your pension. They may argue with you it's not enough, but ultimately, because it's a regular payment, 9 times out of 10, they'll just let you go with that anyway. Once that's done, your partner can then go under what's classed as their non-EU status, protected by your EU status. Now, getting to Spain is a little bit of a rigmarole, in the sense that it's where people use what's called the Schengen route. The Schengen visa is actually a tourist visa for non-EUs. Now, I recommend looking up David Bloor on that, because David Bloor's actually wrote an ebook about it, and he's a good guy, knows what he's doing, etc. It's not a complicated process. It's just having all the paperwork in the right order, right place, visits the embassy, etc. And once that's done, you can get through all this headache and bring your partner to Spain. The reason I would recommend that for some of the retirees over the Philippines is a lot of you guys have got bilateral agreements relating to healthcare, where in the UK you've already paid into the NHS system, and at the same time in the Philippines you haven't paid none. But there's bilateral agreements that will entitle you to some of the services that the locals get. As such, that's one of the positives. Medical insurance is also pushed on the private side in Spain, so it's fairly reasonably priced. We pay €120 a month for the whole family. Now that covers the majority of it, like for day-to-day stuff. Like if I go to the clinic here, 50% of it I have to pay, and the other 50 is picked up on the tab on the insurance. But it covers everything from cancer to road accidents and everything in between, which is why we've got it. So the major stuff's covered, but the trivial stuff is 50-50. I don't mind that, because hopefully, well, I don't see the premium coming down. I'm not even seeing that my car coming down. No accidents, no nothing, but it all seems to be around the same or €4 higher. But hey ho, welcome to Spain. I mean, the Astra, although we've got problems with it, the insurance was cheaper than the van by €120. But anyway, going off on a tangent. But I would recommend having a look at it if you're retired, got somebody from the Philippines or other Latin American places, because Filipinos here, if you've got the right setup, for example, can show ancestry with the Spanish, etc., you can apply in 2 years, or you just wait 5 years. Eventually they'll actually get the rights automatically. But anyway, you will have, you know, you do apply for the citizenship, you will need to speak Spanish. They will have a test on various things around Spain. They like you being very active, understanding the politics and things like that as well. But Germany's a bit like that as well, because they want integration. That's what they want to see, integration. But I'm not really going to cover about the integration. I just wanted to do a bit of an eye-opener. If you haven't thought about Spain, definitely worth a look for retirees. The reason I stress retirees over everyone else is because it's got fixed income. Fixed income makes it much easier. A lot of other guys I know are actually coming out of the UK at the moment, which are younger. I mean, the youngest I think is 23, and his wife, they moved here a while back because they were already in the UK system, but the way it was, the delays and everything else, they just thought they'd be better off in Spain, and as such they are. Schooling's been better. Son's here, they've got the same as us, they've got a swimming pool and other bits and pieces. The lifestyle of somebody who can make an income online is pretty good here, but if you've got a pension, it's also very reasonable as well. A lot of people will say the food costs are on par, and I would say depends what you're eating. I mean, I find eating out here, the portions are always bigger, which is not always a good thing because you end up eating more than you'd like. But at the same time, there's a good selection of restaurants in the area, and the supermarket prices, depending on what you're eating, you can bring your costs down or bring it up. We eat a lot of fresh food here, we eat a lot of seafood and things, so we have a good variety in the diet as well, which we may not have in the UK. But anyway, thanks for watching.